If you see me with a guy and we all in pictures and going places, just assume that's my boyfriend. If you're not gonna ask me, I'm not gonna tell you. But
I want to add something.
What
I just want to say, for the people that used to ask us where we work at, y'all wasn't asking the right question. Y'all weren't asking the right questions, so we wasn't lying. Y'all was getting the answer that you asked for. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. That popped into my brain when you said.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in to another video. Thank you guys for tuning in to another video of Shay and Meek. For real. If you haven't been here before, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can be reminded when new videos upload. If you already been here, welcome back. Welcome back.
You're supposed to ask me what we doing today.
Oh, what we doing today?
Red flags. We are doing red flags in relationships, but more specifically what Shay and I see as red flags in lesbian relationships. Yeah. It'll be your first one. If you guys have any red flags that we miss during the video, leave some comments down below. We'd love your feedback on this. If you think some of ours are outrageous, leave us comments down below as well. But Shay, yeah, go ahead. What's your first one?
First off, let me start by saying I don't think my red flags is too much for lesbians. I think it's people in general. But
same, but I got a couple that's specific to lesbian relationships.
Yeah. I can't remember. Let me pull out my notes.
I have notes too, guys. But
oh yeah, a big one for me. If they have dated lesbians before.
Meaning what?
So if a girl is, well, a girl is lesbian, duh. If a lesbian never dated another female before, that's a red flag.
I think you could have worded it differently, because you saying if they dated a lesbian before sounds like that's the red flag, like them dating.
No. Y'all, excuse how I talk. You heard the correction. So to clear it up, if
they have not
dated a lesbian before.
Yes, if they have not had a lesbian relationship before, Shay is saying that is a red flag.
That is a red flag for me. I am in my 20s, so I feel like by now, everyone 30s, any female that I come in contact with should have at least dated a female before. Otherwise, she's a psychodyke. So I ain't got time for playing the games, the back and forth.
Short women are red flags for me.
So what? She said y'all ain't even catch on that because she knows she about to get backhanded.
I love you though.
I don't care.
I'm just playing. I put that down because I thought it would be something that would alert Shay, because she's short. And I know y'all remember in the video she said she was 5'7".
I'm 5'7", y'all. She's 5'9", 5'10". It ain't that much of a difference.
Okay. I would say, kind of piggybacking off of what you said. Let me check my notes. Yeah. Piggybacking off of what you said, I would say lesbians that, or women that, because I don't call them lesbians, but women that turn lesbian because men have effed them over.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like, they are like, I'm so sick of men. I'm over it. I'm about to go try to date a woman. Like, I feel like you're not really in it. That's not really what you want to do. You just, you tired of men.
Yeah. And once again, that goes back to... And then they turn out to be
what they call pillow princesses. They're not interested in giving and receiving. They're only there for the fun of it.
Speaking of that, so a red flag is a female that only wants to receive.
That's on my list too.
That's on your list?
Yeah.
So you can scratch both of them out. Both
That's on my list, yep.
I didn't even think about that one. But that only wants to receive. And I only had run-ins with one person that was like that. It ain't last long, but it is what it is. I only want to receive, and I don't want to do nothing else. Nah.
Yeah.
You ain't.
That's a red flag.
You're not a lesbian.
Never mind. I was about to say something. I'll say that later.
What up?
It's not related to this at all.
Okay.
It was about to be way off topic. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'll let you go because I piggyback off you.
I should just leave this up. Look, I actually did write down short lesbians, but it was only so I could remember to crack that joke. Living with an ex.
You got some good ones. I ain't got none. Okay.
I thought about these.
Okay.
I thought about these. Living with an ex.
Y'all, I rarely have time to
come up with anything. I usually like to come up with stuff, and then Shay can really get into the nitty gritty if need be. But I think it's a red flag if they're just like, oh, we roommates. I've been in a situation like that. I've been in a situation like that before, so
we were technically like roommates.
Technically, yes,
we were,
but
that was a cover up. Y'all, these videos are bringing back memories. I be like, boy, shit, what was you doing?
I don't know.
What was you doing, baby?
Go ahead.
I would say one that is clingy.
Yes.
And I think I use that for any gender. I don't like a clingy person. At all. You are clingy, but I think I broke you. So you know how to manage your clinginess. I know how to tolerate your clinginess, but I think when it gets to the point where you're too clingy, I'm like,
she lying.
But
she lying.
I don't like.
I'm not, or at least if I was, like she said, I've matured out of it, I guess.
But it's a red flag for me if you clingy because I feel like you after my money.
What? Bro, what are you?
That's how I feel.
That's odd.
You insecure and you after my money. Cause you want to know where I'm at all times. You up under me. You in my phone. I can't breathe. That's a red flag. And that could be a person that's too dependent. They don't have their own independency. So
their own what?
Independency.
That is. Google it.
What? What's with all these E-words lately?
I don't know why you're adding extra on it, but I'm here to make sure that you sound right. You haven't. That's something I would call you in years.
I'm around.
You're around or listening to somebody that's saying
it's probably somebody from the firm that I'm around.
We're gonna scratch that. We're gonna act like she ain't adding that extra C.
Yeah, so
at the end.
That's a sign of someone that doesn't have, or a female or lesbian that doesn't have their own independence. I think independency is right though. I can say it interchangeably. But anyway,
we'll come back to y'all. By the time I edit this video, I will have put up if independency is a word. Listen to me saying it, and y'all let me know if that sounds like a word, because it doesn't sound like one to me. But I have been wrong. But we're gonna move on from that.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about it all day.
But that's a red flag. Yep.
They don't let you have or be around your female friends.
Okay. Definitely a red flag.
I think that kind of jumps into being clingy. Like, I think that that's a red flag, especially if it's friends that you had before.
You said they don't want you to be around their friends or your female friends?
Your female friends. Like, your friends before I met you.
Right.
They are not comfortable with you being, or if I were not to be comfortable with you being around your friends.
Are you comfortable with me being around my friends? Mm-hmm. Regardless of the past? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I am. Because I like to fight.
No, you don't. She don't like to fight. she all about this. She all about this.
If you know, then you know. But no, I like Shay's friends. Like, I like Shay's friends for the most part. And she doesn't have like a whole busload of them. So it's not like I got to keep up with this person or that person or whatever. They all are respectful. They seem to like me. So yeah. And even if that wasn't the case and they were like disrespectful, we would handle that accordingly. But I would hope that in a situation like that, she wouldn't allow her friend to disrespect me. Never. Or vice versa, you know? So Never. Yeah. But yeah. Now, no new friends. Now, we're not doing new friends. We're not doing new friends. But
new friends are mutual friends.
That right.
There are only mutual friends.
Right.
All right. Well, since you're talking about friends, a red flag I got is,
I guess I should just leave my paper here.
Too many friends.
Why too many friends? I know why, but why? Explain for the people.
What? No, you go.
I feel like too many friends it's a lot to keep up with. Like, I feel like just a personality thing. If you have too many friends, then you're fake because you can't possibly get along with everybody, and you're just calling this person friend, that person friend. That means you don't trust them, and there's no way that they could possibly trust. It's a trust thing for me. Like, my circle will always be very, very small and very tight, personally.
I also think it's like I'm trying to think of the right way to say it since I've been fucking up today. Like, too many friends, you have like a short attention span. If you got too many things going on, what?
You're elbowing me.
Too many things that's going on, too many friends to keep up with, you have a short attention span, so that means you're not focused. Mm-hmm. I know that may sound crazy. That's just the way I process it. I can't even keep up with people's names. I know them when I see them, but I feel like if I get to know a lot of people, then it's, I'm bouncing around so much that I'm not focused on building a relationship with just a small, like a good foundation and a good relationship with a handful of people. It's like I'm spreading myself thin, so I'm bouncing around all the time, making sure I'm hitting everybody. Yeah, and just
it's too much going on.
It's busy.
It's really just too much going
busy.
On.
Yep.
I agree with that. One that I have is, what if they are like still in the closet, like their family doesn't know, or their friends. If your friends don't know what you got going on just a little bit, then that really would be a problem for me. But I think it's a red flag if they are still technically in the closet, if you're not in the closet, if you're out of the closet. And the reason why, because I don't feel like you should try to force or push anyone to be comfortable enough to come out of the closet. But I do feel like there is a certain level of comfort with both people being able to be okay with who they are and comfortable enough to be able to express that. And I think that if someone is in the closet, that's going to cause a lot of strain on the person who is not in the closet, because they want to be out. They want to hold hands. They want to kiss. They want to do, et cetera, but that person is not fully out of the closet. So it's all behind closed doors.
And I think just our age, like I'm in my 20s, you in your 30s.
You got something on your forehead. It's hair. I can't pull it because it's gonna
Oh,
hurt.
I see it. I see it.
It's time to get it retwisted.
Gotta protect the edges, y'all. Gotta protect the edges.
It's time for her hair to get retwisted. But go ahead.
Because we in our 20s and 30s, I feel like we're at a time in our life where, you know, you're not worrying about what everybody say. For the most part, it is what it is. You know, you're walking in your purpose typically around this time. Excuse me. And you just want to be happy. Like, now when we were younger, I've been in those type of relationships. But like now I'm not. Yeah, that's definitely if you see me with a guy and we all in pictures and going places, just assume that's my boyfriend. If you're not gonna ask me, I'm not gonna tell you. But you know, I
want to add something.
What
I just want to say, for the people that used to ask us where we work at, y'all wasn't asking the right question. Y'all weren't asking the right questions, so we wasn't lying. Y'all was getting the answer that you asked for. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. That popped into my brain when you said.
Yeah, but you know, I've been that person that, even though I wasn't like out and what's understood don't have to be explained type person, the girl I was dating was not out at all. And that weighed a lot on me in a relationship, because you have to take all the slack. You're the one that's being judged for the most part.
And you've been the person that's been kind of blamed in some situations.
I was, you know, being blamed for turning the girls out, brainwashing them, from the family to the friends to whatever. And I never approached any of these girls. I never approached the girl I ever dated. They all came to me. So, you know, it's not a good feeling. So that is definitely a red flag. And now that I'm much older and a lot more experienced and more settled, I wouldn't not even entertain that at all. The type of friends is a turn off for me. It's a red flag.
Shay pay attention to all kind of stuff.
Yeah, the type of friends. I feel like, you know, in a sense, and very loosely, birds of a feather flock together. Mm-hmm. So if I see your friends are doing things that I'm not, that I've, what I'm trying to say,
frown upon.
That I frown upon.
Yeah. Or just what you don't agree with. It doesn't align with where you are in life.
Yes. Then I'm going to assume that
you're doing the same.
Doing the same thing. And even though when we're together, you make it seem like we on the same page, but when I turn my back and you with your friends, you on this childish shit. You know, deep down inside, I know you on this childish shit, because you're always with your friends. You had your friends before me. You're going to have your friends during me. You're going to have your friends after me.
A few moments later.
I do, but I don't think I want to talk about it.
Let me see it on the paper. You should. You should. But look. Yeah,
Statties.
You should.
Do y'all know what statties are? We're going over our time, so I might have to find a space to chop somewhere. But I think it's a red flag, because I've dealt with this personally. I think it's a red flag for a stud or a dominant presenting woman to, that was my timer, to still like feel like she needs to be so super involved in her ex's children's lives. Like, don't get me wrong, if you, like, they're not your kids. Like, that's just ultimately how I feel. But I can understand being attached to children, having lived with them, you know, raise them, help raise them, or whatever, especially if you were in a long-term relationship with this person. But once you find yourself in a new relationship and that person finds themselves in a new relationship, that that connection needs to be limited. Like it still shouldn't be, you know, she can call you at 3:00 in the morning and you hop up out the bed. Like, no, where's them churn daddy? Like, where is the new wife or the new girlfriend that lives in the house with you and is helping you take care of your kids? I just think that if you are that involved, this is based on my experience. Other people's experiences may be different, but the experience that I had personally was terrible because she hadn't been with the girl for like 5 or 6 years. She was not. They had been broken up for this amount of time.
And she was still tending to the kids.
It was too much. Yeah. It was just way too much. Like it didn't give our relationship a chance to really develop because, you know, you tending to the kids like they're your kids, but she's in a whole nother relationship, like with someone that's living with her, helping her take care of her kids. I think that's a little odd.
Is the red flag that?
For me, it's a red flag, period, because
you feel like she has some attachments to the. That's the way of having some attachment to the
I don't
ex?
think it's. I don't think it's that. I think that the ex, in my situation, guys, the ex manipulated the person I was dating with the kids. It was as if that was her baby mama. Like it was her baby mama. The way that she was able to manipulate her with these kids that were not like biologically hers. Like that's so it scarred me. It scarred me from, you know, someone. I'm not saying don't be attached to the kids. I'm not saying you can't pick them up, you can't hang with them, because I can understand if you really have a legitimate relationship. My problem is when it becomes a manipulation and you're being manipulated and you don't see it.
I understand now. I think it's a red flag if they don't really tell you the dynamic of them, the ex and the child's relationship. Like they don't really talk about it at first because they don't want to run nobody off. They want to get you,
and that's kind of what happened.
And then like when you too far in, it's like now here comes the child. Before they was suppressing it by keeping the child away from you, doing things in public. So you know not you know.
And I mean, what would I look like being in a relationship with someone and they're like a step parent to someone else's kids, but those kids are not like biologically yours? Like, why would this woman want her kids to be around her ex-girlfriend's new girlfriend? It's not like a baby daddy, baby mama situation.
I see why, but I also see the other side. I see what you're saying, but I also see the other side, because my dad who raised me was not my biological dad. But I think my situation is different. Was different because my brother is his child. So, but he been there for me since I was 2. And by the time him and my mama split, I could have been like truly split. I could have been like 11 or 12. Yeah. 10 to 12. So that would have made my brother about 2 or 3.
Okay.
So I think
I understand it when it's coming from your angle, but I also know that your stepfather basically raised you. Yeah. I'm talking about a situation where it's like the age of my kids right now, we could date 5 more years. That rounds it off to 10 years. Would I still want you to be a part of their lives? Absolutely. But that would be based upon your relationships and how they feel.
Yeah, now my mama wouldn't call
you and manipulate you.
I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. So
I'm not talking about being
back together.
Yeah,
my mama wasn't like calling him saying shady this, shady that. It was like he did for me because he wanted to. That was like a bonus. That was like the icing on the cake. Like he will do for my brother because that's his, and he will look out for me. But yeah, okay. Just not being manipulative.
Right. Or allowing someone to manipulate the situation.
Yeah. But y'all, those are red flags for lesbos. If y'all got any red flags,
leave them down below.
Drop them down. Based on y'all experience, drop them down below.
If y'all think My last one was a little outrageous. I apologize.
You don't got to apologize for that.
I mean, I just wanted to make sure that I had it worded correctly. That's why I didn't want to say it. But when I think about it, the message that I'm trying to get across is evident to me. It's not saying that you can't. It's just saying, how is it done? How is it being done? Yeah. So like Shay said, if you guys have any experiences or if you have any other red flags, leave them down below. I think we are done for today. Please hit the like, share the videos with everybody you know. Hit that notification bell, all of that good stuff, y'all. We still tired. Until next time, fam.
Peace.
Peace.